Good morning, everybody. We will start with today's class. In the previous classes, we looked into the application of the business intelligence in various sectors, we saw it in the customer relation management (CRM), then healthcare and wellness. We looked into it. Education, how BI can be used. We looked into the retail business, how BI can be applied, and the benefits can be taken. Then we looked into the banking system, where how the BI applies to banking sector to solve the various kinds of problems, which will help in improving the business, improving the quality of the service they provide. Today we'll look into the financial services. Okay, so financial services, we can do the stock trading, right? Yesterday I show you the example how the stock prices varies. The minute the market opens, there will be a lot of trading activity that happens on these stocks and bonds, and there are millions of trades that happen every minute. Okay, all over the world there are many exchanges are there. In these many exchanges, many companies have done the listing, and the investors, they will be continuously they will be selling and buying these stocks. Based on that, for the maintaining the quality of the all the stocks, their predictions can be done. The kind of transactions that happen, we have to maintain the transparency. For doing all those things, that is called as a regulation. For doing all those things, we can use the BI. The brokerages are an intensive user of the BI system. Fortunes can be made or lost based on the accurate and timely information. And I told you the pattern how the prices will move from one company to another company. It depends on various factors. So there are factors like a government policies. Let us say government. There are certain benefits they have given to certain sector. For example, automobile sector, you can see like there will be lot of changes on the automobile stocks. For example, we have Maruti is there, then Tata Motors are there. There are many companies who are into that sector. They will get affected. So if there is any adverse policy, similarly the prices will go down. So the fortunes can be made or lost. It depends on lot of market analysis. And first one is the BI we can use for predicting the changes in the bond and the stock prices. As I told you, it is very very complicated. But if you can model, if you can come up with a model that can accurately predict the prices, then you can make a fortune. Forecasting the prices of stocks and bonds is a favorite pastime of the financial experts, as well as the people. This is like everybody want to predict the prices, at least whether it goes in this. There are various analysis that are done just to see what is the trend upward or the downward, and accordingly they can invest or sell those particular stocks. Stock transactions data from the past, along with the other variables, can be used to predict future price patterns. This can help traders develop long-term trading strategies. So how the predictions are done? Based on the historical values, based on the data that exists, and many of this data is available publicly, and some of the information that has to be acquired from the stock exchanges by paying a certain price. So how the model predict accurately, it depends on how many factors you have considered. And there are certain factors they are beyond the model, or if you can if you want to incorporate those factors, like it is very very difficult. For example, if there is any situation of a war or a pandemic, right? Incorporating that is very very difficult. Such scenario, things are there. Those are the environmental factors. If it is cannot be incorporated into the model, then the predictions will not be accurate. Then assess the effect of events on the market movements. So I told you there are certain events which can be incorporated into the model. For example, quarterly results, right? Quarterly results, based on the quarterly results, and many there are financial factors based on those we can incorporate. One is like a quarterly results. Second is announcement of a bonus or a dividend. So those will also have a impact. Decision models using decision trees can be created to assess the impact of the events on changes the market volume and the prices. Monetary policy changes such as Federal Reserve interest rate change. This is with respect to the US market. Every quarter, the Federal Reserve, they declare the change in the interest rate. That has a lot of influence on the market and the stocks. Then geopolitical changes like such as like a war or any kind of a conflict, those will be having a lot of impact on the predictions of the stocks. Then the third one is this is a very important area. We have to protect the investors. Okay, protect the investors against the all the fraudulent activities, and we have to make the marketplace very fair, so that whoever is investing according to their analysis, he will be getting the returns based on that. So there have unfortunately been many cases of insider trading. That is one example of the fraud. Insider trading is certain people will be having some inside information. Normal trend is like when a certain company discloses their quarterly results. If quarterly results are good, the stock will go up, and these results will not be known to everybody. It will be known to very few people, and they have a lot of restrictions on the trading. If any other people or the person they know about this information, then they can misuse. If like let us say company is going to declare profits, they definitely know that the prices will go up. What they will do is they will buy the stocks before. They will invest heavily, they buy all the stocks, and once the quarterly results are declared, the stock price will go up, then they will sell. So by this fraudulent manner, so let us say they bought it at 100 rupees, and after the quarterly results it goes to 150. So they sell it, they make a 50 rupees profit. That is in a fraudulent way, that is not accepted. So such frauds, that is one of the fraudulent activities. There are many fraudulent activities that can be detected. So this will lead to many prominent financial industry stalwarts going to jail as well. You must have heard about the many news where because of such frauds, many people will go to the jail. Fraud detection models seek out of the ordinary activities and help identify the flag the fraudulent activity patterns. So these data, whatever the trade data, there are different codes are there, trades are there, many information related to the transactions are available continuously. Models can be run on top of the data to find the pattern, fraudulent pattern, and detect that fraud, and identify uh, with what kind of a fraud, and we can punish those people who are involved and recover the money that is fraudulently taken by those people. Next one is the insurance. Insurance industry is a biggest user of the intelligence, business intelligence, and it is required for them for the proper pricing of the insurance. It depends on the how many claims are happening. At the end of the day, like everybody has to make at least some profit. So by running the patterns on the kind of claims that are happening, so it will be able to understand the business, and at least it will be able to make some profit. So what are the different applications in insurance is like forecast claim costs for better business planning. When natural disasters such as hurricanes and earthquake strikes, loss of life and property occurs. By using best available data model, the likelihood of such events happening, the insurer can plan losses and manage resources and profits effectively. So by having models where we can run the pattern on the already the claims we can expect, and accordingly we can plan it out. So whatever the business planning that has to be done, that can be done. Then determine optimal rate plans. This is the one of the challenge, because your prices needs to be very competitive with respect to your competitors. Otherwise you will lose the customer to the competition. In order to retain the existing customer and to get the new customers, the rates that are given to the user should be very optimal. The rate should be such that the company should make profit. Also it should be considering the market, it should be a very reasonable rate in order to get the new customers and retain the existing customer. How to do that? So we can run the again analytics on pricing, and we can come up with a pricing and insurance rate plan. It requires covering the potential losses and making a profit. So that aspect is always there. Rates should be such that the profit should be made, and also whatever the claims are happening, that claim should be given properly. Insurers use actuatory tables to project lifespans and disease tables to project the mortality rates, and thus price themselves competitively yet profitably. So it not only depends on the like a competition, it also depends on the insurer, what kind of a health he has, health parameters he has, what age he is entering the insurance, and analytics on the age, health related things, and very and they can predict the mortality, and based on the mortality you can determine how many years he would be the customer paying the insurance without any claim. All those things can be determined. Then optimize marketing to specific customers. As I told you, now the marketing is targeted to very specific customers. By running the analytics, we should be able to find out who are the potential customers, rather than spending a lot of money on a like all categories of a customers, where we don't see a good return on the investment. By micro segmenting potential customers, a data savvy insurer can cherry pick the customers and leave the less profitable customer to its competitors. So by doing that, we can pick a very good customers, and we will leave the less profitable customers to the competition. One of the companies that is based in US, that is a Progressive Insurance. It is known for actively using the data mining to cherry pick the customers and increase its profitability. So whoever is leader in the BI area, business intelligence area, he will be having a huge market cap, because he knows why he is taking those decisions. He knows why he is targeting certain segment. So because of his because of his business intelligence, he can make a better decisions which are profitable. Then identify and prevent fraudulent claim activity. So for any business, if there is a claim related things, we have to find the fraudulent claims, because by if we avoid the fraudulent claims, then whatever the money that might have gone as a claim is a profit for the a company. Patterns can be identified as to where and what kind of a fraud are more likely to occur, and we can use a like a decision tree based structure to identify the fraudulent activities. Next sector is the manufacturing. Manufacturing is a very complex operations. It involves operations that are complex. It involves very complex systems with all interrelated subsystems. It starts from the machine working right to workers having the right kind of a skill, then the right competent arriving with the right quality at the right time, then money to source the components, many things to have to go right. Okay, so it is a very complex system where data business intelligence analysis analytics will help a lot. Toyota's famous lean manufacturing company works on a just-in-time inventory. So just-in-time inventory is like you don't keep the parts in the inventory. It is whenever you need, okay, whenever you have a requirement, you will place the order and you will get it. System to optimize investment in inventory and improve the flexibility in their product mix. So having a right optimum amount of inventory, that is how we save a lot of expenses on having a too much inventory or too less inventory. Too less inventory is losing the business. Okay, and one of the example is for the Dell. Even Dell has the model of the just in time inventory, or JIT inventory, where when they get the order, then the vendors are at their doorsteps, ready to supply anytime. So the minute Dell gets the order from the customer, it will order the components and it will make it. So it will have a zero inventory. It will not have any kind of inventory, because the suppliers are ready with their components. They are ready to bear that inventory losses. So that is how, like, Dell can make profits, and also they can keep their product prices very competitive. Discover novel patterns to improve product quality. Quality of a product can also be tracked, and this data can be used to create a predictive model of the product quality deteriorating. So we can check the whether the quality is deteriorating using the predictive models. And many company, mainly the automobile companies, they have to recall their products if they have found defects that have a public safety implication. So that is one thing. When the recall happens, okay, recall happens, it's a huge loss for the company, because there will be probably like thousands of vehicles that have been sold, which have to be recalled, and you have to do the repair work. If we can predict that quality much earlier, even before the actual failure, then the lot of cost will be saved. Data mining can help with the root cause analysis that can be used to identify sources of the errors and help improve the product quality in the future. So even when recall happens, we can do the root cause analysis, why that particular thing failed. And by doing the analysis and getting the right kind of input or the information from the data mining, we can fix the sources of the problems. So that is how we can reduce the failures and improve the quality. Then we can predict or prevent the machinery failures. If in a manufacturing line, if a particular machine fails, then the production stops. So machine failures should be predicted well in advance. Okay, based on certain parameters, or based on certain data analytics from the past failures. So we have all the past failures, so we can run the BI models on top of that. Then we can understand some kind of a pattern where machine might fail. And even before it fails, we can have some preventive measures. We can reduce the downtime of the machines, so that it will be available for the production. Statistically, all equipment is likely to break down at some point of in time. Predicting which machine is likely shut down is a complex process. Decision models to forecast machinery failures could be constructed using past data. So when we are talking about this, these are the potential solutions we are talking. When we want to implement if you want to take up this as a project and implement, then you have to look out for the parameters. What are the different variables you will consider how the machine will fail. So there are many parameters. You need to have all those data, historical data, then you can run the analytics on top. Prevention maintenance can be planned and manufacturing capacity can be adjusted to account for such maintenance activities. So if we know the potential failures, then definitely we can have the alternate ways of continuing the production, and along with the preventive measures. Then next biggest area of BI implementation is the telecom. BI in telecom can help customer side as well as the network side. It will help both the operation. The key BI application include the churn management, marketing customer, and profiling them, then checking the network failures and fraud detection. The first one is a churn management. We discussed about this churn management. Churn management is not losing the existing customers to the competition, trying to retain the existing customers. So understanding the pain points of the existing customers and solving them and providing a good solutions. So there might be a reason for a particular customer because of the network failures, or because of the continuous network disturbances. That could be the reason. And for some, the rate that is they are paying, the cost is the criteria. So there are various factors for the churn. So that based on the historical data, who have left the network as per their data, different data elements that are available, we have to run the analytics and understand why people are leaving, and take preventive measures. For example, if a certain customer is because he's leaving, high valued customer is leaving because of the network issues, then you have to make sure that network is not a problem in any of the areas, making sure that the proper towers are built, and proper network is available all the time. And if the concern is about the cost, discounts can be given, okay, so that the customers can be retained. And next one is the marketing and product creation. In addition to the customer data, telecom companies store all the call records, whatever the calls we make, they store that, and those call records can be precisely analyzed. They describe the calling behavior of the customers, so we can understand what is the calling behavior. This unique data can be used to profile the customers and then use for forecasting the new product or service bundles for the marketing purposes. By understanding the call patterns, data usage, so we can understand some kind of a patterns there. So according to the patterns, we can do the cross selling, upselling for the same company, for the same customer. An American telecom company, MCI, created a program called Friends and Family that allowed free calls with one's friends and family on that network, and thus effectively locked many people into their network. That is one example where friends and family they call free, means whoever is in your network, the calls are free. That is how they. That is one of the campaign that was very successful. Then most important is the network failure management. Failure of telecom networks for technical reasons or some malicious attacks can have a very huge impact on the business. Okay, and in telecom infrastructure, some equipment will likely to fail with a certain mean time between the failures. Whenever such failures happen, the record should be captured, and based on that data, we can run the analysis and we can create a model that failure pattern can be understood, and maybe like a regular servicing of the components, or whatever the results we get from the analytics that can be applied. Then next one is the fraud management. There are many kinds of frauds in customer transaction. Subscription frauds occur when the customer opens an account with the intention to never paying the for the services, whatever the services he is using. So there might be situations like that, and certain accounts might be like that. Superimposition fraud involves illegitimate activity by a person other than the legitimate account holder. Decision rules can be developed to analyze of this CDR in real time, that is customer detail records, whatever the call records we have, and we can identify any fraud, any fraudulent activity. Then next one is the public sector. In case of a public sector, there are many government and semi-government agencies where we can apply for the purpose of the law enforcement, scientific research, and there are various areas there where we can apply the BI, so that it will help with the managing that particular area. Government gathers a large amount of data by virtue of their regulatory function. That data could be analyzed for developing models of effective functioning. There are innumerable applications that can be benefit from the mining that data. A couple of sample applications are shown, are the law enforcement and the scientific research. So government has a regulation. uh, People have to provide data to the government. For example, income tax filings. Every year you have to file your income tax. So they are getting a lot of information from us. When we are applying for the passport, we give lot of information, date of birth, place of birth, so many things we give. If we are applying for the Aadhaar card, again we give a lot of information. So for a government agency, we naturally we provide a lot of information. So of course, if it is a government hospital, then they identify each person by Aadhaar card, so they have all the health details. If government has any insurance coverage, for example LIC, they can have a tie up with the LIC. So with that particular information, I have the insurance information, I have medical information. So many information is available for the government agencies, and those information can be utilized for many purposes. One example is the law enforcement, looking at the different patterns. Okay, and if there are any police cases, so we will have the police records, that is also with the government. If there are any cases that are being active in the courts, that information is available. Using those information, they can interlink and they can find there is a any law enforcement problem for a particular person. So they can run that, and they can identify a group of people, a set of people which will have a, which are of a potential law enforcement threat. So when you are predicting that potential law enforcement threat, you can also take care, you can have a preventive measures to avoid such situations. Then next one is the scientific research. Any large collection of a research data is amendable to being mined for a pattern, for patterns and the insight. For example, protein folding, nuclear reaction analysis, disease control, because disease control is like a public health department is there, a ministry of health, for example, they have a lot of information from the people, from the medical hospitals, from the doctors. So that particular information can be used for the some kind of a predictive analysis. These are the some examples where data mining can be used in the scientific area. So here is the previous question paper. You can see here the question. What is business intelligence, BI? List the different BI applications and explain in detail any 5 applications. I think we talked about 10 or 12 business applications. You have to list them and you have to explain any 5. So any 5 is you can choose public sector, telecom, banking, excuse me, financial services, or healthcare and wellness. You can pick any five and you can explain. Next, again, this question you can say module 3. Write any four business intelligence applications for various sectors. So for 8 marks. Okay, rest are from the other part of the module. So, in conclusion, business intelligence is a comprehensive set of IT tools to support decision making with the imaginative solution for variety of problems. BI can help improve the performance of nearly all industries and applications. As I told you, BI can be applied whatever the application areas we talked about in your syllabus. Apart from that, there are many areas where we can apply the BI. So, for example, any area you talk about, we can apply the BI, and we can bring improvements in the quality, in terms of the profitability, and in terms of the future growth.